In this video, I'm going to continue what I did in the last one, except now we're going to be looking at mixed numbers and adding and subtracting where we have different denominators, okay? So remember, the rules are first, we're going to convert to improper. So I'm going to do that first. 2 times 7 is 14. 14 plus 1 is 15. This one, 2 times 6 is 12. 12 plus 1 is 13. Okay? Now, unlike the examples that we just did in the last video, this is where we now have to employ our rules for adding and subtracting. So the next step is going to be to get a common denominator. Excuse me. So to get my common denominator, remember we look for the LCM or the LCD of the 2 and the 6. 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? All right, sorry for that. Looks like 6 is our LCM. So we're going to rename these fractions with 6's. So it's going to be our third step, rename fractions. Okay, so to get my 2 to become a 6, I multiplied by 3, so I'm going to do the same to the top. 15 times 3, 45. And this fraction already has the denominator that I need, so I'm going to leave that alone. So then I go on to step 4, which is add or subtract the numerators. Okay, so in this case, 45 plus 13 rather, makes 58. And then step 5, if needed, we're going to convert to mixed number. So I'm going to see how many times 6 goes into 58. Let's see, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54. It looks like 9 times 6 makes 54. And so this becomes the same thing as 9 and 4, 6. And so then our last step is going to be to simplify the fraction. Okay, so I look at my 4 and my 6, and I can see that I'll have a 2 in common, so I'm going to divide these by 2, and I get 9 and 2/3. Okay. All right. Next one, we're going to follow those same steps, but I'm going to do them a little faster than I did in the last one. So if you need a list of those steps, you might want to write those steps down. So you could rewind this video, write out those steps. All right, so 3 times 4 makes 12, and 12 plus 2 makes 14. 7 times 5 is 35, plus 2 more, I get 37/5. Looking at my 3 and my 5, I get 15 as my common denominator. Okay, now I'm going to multiply this 3 by 5 to make 15. So I do 14 times 5. So that's 70/15. And 5 times 3 makes 15, so 37 times 3 is 111. Alright, so now I'm supposed to add those together, so 111 plus 70 is going to give me 181. Okay? This is still an improper fraction, so I must go ahead and divide that out. So I'm going to take 15 and put it into 180. Sorry, 181. Let's see, 15 goes into 18 one whole time. And 15 goes into 31 two times. So this gives me 12 wholes and then 1/15 more. So I do not have to simplify that fraction because 1/15 is simplified. All right, let's try another one. Next one, all right. 7 times 6 is 42. 42 plus 1 makes 43. 3 times 4 is 12. 12 plus 1 is 13. Okay. So I'm looking at 4 and 6 as my numbers that I need to get a common denominator with. And it looks like 12 is going to be that number that I need. So I'm going to rewrite these fractions with 12s. So what did I multiply to 6 to make it 12? That was 2. So 43 times 2 makes 86. And then I go here and I multiply 4 times 3 to get 12. So I do 13 times 3 and I get 39. 86 minus 39. See, you can't take 9 from 6. Borrow from the 8. Carry the 1. 47. So 47/12. But it says write it as a mixed number in simplest form. So I'm going to see how many times 12 goes into 47. Well, counting by 12, 12 times 1 is 12. 12 times 2 is 24. 12 times 3 is 36. 12 times 4 is 48. That's too much. So I'm going to go back to the 3. 3 times 12 I said was 36. So I have 11 left over. So 3 and 11/12 is my answer for this. Okay. All right, I think I'm going to stop here, let you absorb this. You'll definitely want to do some practice with this. Remember, if you need your teachers, you could come to any of our office hours. Just look on the haiku page to remind you when they are. And if you can't make it during those times, make sure you send an email and we'll be able to schedule something. All right.